called Screamin' Sicilian's Holy Pepperoni Frozen Pizza, the best of the best. Screamin' Sicilian. Taste what all the screamin' is about.
What is dedication?
People ask, how your children learn how to ride a bike and you didn't? I just created an environment where they taught themselves, and all I had to do was be there.
That's dedication. Visit fatherhood.gov to hear more. Brought to you by the U.S. Department
You're
of Health.
listening to 94.5 ESPN, WKTI and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
The biggest sports stories of the week.
I think that is the attitude you should have. But if the first thing you bring up when you look at the standings is Craig Counsell, then he has real estate in your head.
I don't think you can even argue.
No argument.
The Green Bay Packers
argument
were
the way it ended. But like I just said it, like they were 7-8 last year against everyone besides the Bears, right?
Unique and compelling analysis and opinions when it comes to your favorite teams.
As much as they want, because both teams are good, and that game to be those two.
Kyle, you're not feeling this.
Jason knows I'm not feeling
Kyle
that.
and I have already had this argument.
Yeah.
You hate that I feel.
What else was on the WB back then? What else did I miss?
You probably saw the Wayans brothers, right?
Yeah.
The Jamie Foxx show. Don't come on now, Craig. Come on, Craig. You know the Jamie Foxx show?
No.
You know
This is Sunday Karma, broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue. Here's GKB founder and CEO, Craig Karmazin.
Wow, it's been a minute, huh?
Yeah.
What's it been? 3, 4, 5? How many weeks?
I don't know if we had a show in July.
That's a good. We definitely did, right?
Maybe the first week of July.
Yeah, we haven't since. You are correct on that. That's got to be 3, 4 weeks.
I had to check the schedule to make sure my eyes saw correctly that I was working today.
So we were off. Were we here on July 4th?
I wasn't here on July 4th. I tell you that. I don't think I was here the weekend of the 4th.
You weren't?
I don't think I was here.
So then we did. Oh, no. So the 4th wasn't. It would have been the 7th, the 6th and 7th.
Oh, maybe.
No, I flew out of town.
Oh, you was gone, and then the next weekend.
Gone.
Yeah,
Gone. We were off for July.
Hey.
So Matt and Myron, who come before us here, they do such a good job. There were so many things that they were talking about that I wanted to jump off of because they were. Did you hear they were talking about which Olympic sport you would actually have the worst shot at? And I thought Matt had a pretty good one, which was the pole vault.
Oh, really?
So you think you could get up on the pole vault?
See, I've seen high schoolers train and do it, so yeah, I know I can do that. You know what I can't do?
What?
I can't do like a backflip on a dang beam. I can't, move.
Right, so balance beam?
Unbalanced bar to another. For sure, I can jump up on a mat on a floor routine, but I don't know if I can hit spins in a row and land on my feet.
Right, gymnastics would be pretty rough. I agree.
I can swim, but I can't swim fast.
No, but swimming, at least you'd be in the pool, right? Like you wouldn't sink.
Correct. This brother can't swim.
Yeah, but I'm saying like on the pommel horse, I don't know that I could be like moving around at all.
Yeah, I've said gymnastics is basketball. I could be on the roster.
Yeah.
I can sit out just like Joel Embiid did in the last game or Jason Tatum the first game. I can do that.
Why you always have to bring it to negative town?
What you mean? I'm not bringing it. I said I can do it.
The U.S. has gotten out to a great start, the number 1 seed in the tournament, and all you got to do is look for the drama within it.
I was saying what I can do. I was just saying what I can do.
By talking about what others can't. I just don't think that's what we bring to this show on Sunday Karma. Kyle Wallace.
I'm just saying. I was trying to relate.
Yeah. I'm sure you were. And so much going on in the month of July. Jordan Love is a Green Bay Packer. I don't want to say for life, but at least for a while, as that gets all wrapped up. The Milwaukee Brewers continue to hold first place in the National League Central, and the Milwaukee Bucks end up filling out their roster in a way that has people super excited after the beginning of free agency. Seemed like it was going to be a pretty big dud, right? I mean, there's things looking up everywhere you look. everywhere you look.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay positive.
And obviously the Brewers are a little rough patch. You know, when I brought it up with Jen, Gabe, and Chewy on Friday, they were like, yeah, but they're 5-5 in the last 10. Like, dude, the Phillies have lost 7 of their last 10, and nobody's questioning how good the Phillies are. This is a 162-game season. And I know it's frustrating, right? Like losing series to the Marlins and losing series to the Braves. And then the Nationals, all of a sudden, somehow, for some reason, it feels like the Brewers, and I know statistically it also backs this up, the Brewers have not been good in Washington, like ever since that wild card game. And that's like the Nationals have been bad since then. But the Brewers need to win today to actually win a series in Washington, which has been a while. But, I mean, look at how good a shape we came out of the month of July. I mean, we sit here on the show today, Brewers 5.5 games up in the division, Packers with their quarterback locked in, Bucks with Gary Trent Jr. and a host of other real good rotation players to go with the stars that we know that we have at the top of this roster. I mean, we didn't miss much bad news in July, did we?
No, we didn't miss much bad news whatsoever. And again, the Green Bay Packers, the Milwaukee Brewers are still in first place. And for me, I don't care what happens this year. If the Milwaukee Brewers win the division, they are way ahead of schedule.
Oh, yeah.
Way ahead of schedule.
I mean, this team was 8-1 to win the division. I have that bet. Remember, we talked about it. Plus 800, the worst odds in the National League Central to win this division. And now they're sitting 5.5 games up. So I ask you, Kyle Wallace, which team, and I ask everyone, do we have X polls here? Can we do things like this? Can we go on YouTube and ask people this?
Yeah, we sure can.
We have the ability to be interactive. Do we have a text line where people can tell us their opinions on things?
800-990-3776.
Do we have a phone line where people could actually call us and we could have a conversation with someone?
800-990-3776.
Wow, there's a lot of ways. There's a lot of ways we can interact with people. I have a simple question that I'm wondering right now. Because I think I might be in the minority. In the month of August, who has your attention more? The Milwaukee Brewers or the Green Bay Packers? That is my question for everybody. In the month of August, who has your attention more? The Milwaukee Brewers or the Green Bay Packers? Because we know family night and then into all these practices and preseason games that the Packers are kings in this state. But could this be, in the month of August, a month where another team has the shine? My gut is no. My gut is no. But my answer is absolutely the Milwaukee Brewers. Because I know that if the Brewers don't have it in August, it's going to be really tough to have the state's attention and the number one priority of attention when it comes to September. Because we've seen this. We've seen the Milwaukee Bucks winning a world championship and a lot of the attention at the time on Aaron Rodgers and if he was going to get traded and what was going to happen with him. So is there the possibility right now that, like me, you agree and your attention is more on a team that's in first place with 2 months to go above a team that is not even playing a game that counts this month? That's my question for you. 800-990-ESPN. It's 800-990-3776. What's got your attention right now? And by the way, Kyle, can the Olympics be a vote, or do the Olympics are they not a factor in this? Since they're going to be wrapping up.
I think the Olympics this year, because of the timing that it is at early in France, where people can watch it during the day and then again at night, the Olympics is definitely
okay. So what has your attention the most right now? Brewers, Packers, or the Olympics?
Yeah, and I think you're going to be really upset when you see this poll, Craig. I promise you are.
You say the Packers are going to win?
I said the Brewers are going to finish in the bottom.
I could see that.
The Brewers are going to finish in last place.
I mean, for me, it's tough between the Brewers and the Olympics right now. Packers are certainly third. I will say Giannis has my attention. I don't know if that counts, but that counts as the Olympics, I guess. That doesn't count as the Bucks. As Giannis and Greece won their first game and continue in the Olympics, which is pretty cool. All right, well we'll get your thoughts there. Give us a call now. 800-990-ESPN. It is 800-990-3776. And if we're talking to you live, or if you're jumping in the YouTube conversation, it's not just a poll, so you can give us your thoughts as to why and how you feel. And I get it. I mean, this is an important month for the Green Bay Packers. I mean, this is absolutely an important month for the Green Bay Packers. So I'm not hating by any means. I'm just saying, for me, they're number 3 right now.
And the thing is, they're not number 3. And the reason why they're not number 3 is because this is a big year for the Packers.
Oh, I think they're number 1 for most people. I mean, you look at the way last season ended and the excitement over not just the Cowboys win, but I think feeling when you saw the game against the 49ers, how close this team actually was. When you saw how close this team actually was, I think there's a hope and there's also a freshness to it in the Jordan Love era that has people so excited. So I get it. And I'm not mad at people, right? Because this has such a fun feel to it. And seeing how this team comes together in August, I get it. I'm just saying, for me, they're number 3 right now. All right, Brewers, Olympics, Packers. What has your attention as a sports fan today? Let's start with Tevin, who drives a bus. You're on Sunday Karma. Morning, Tevin.
Good morning. Good morning.
All right, Tevin. So what has your attention right now? Olympics, Brewers, Packers. Throw them in order for us.
All right, number 1 for me, because I'm a diehard Packers fan. Packers have my attention 12 months out the year.
Yep, and that's what I would think.
Number two with me is the Olympics, because everybody talking about this U.S. basketball team, the men's team, and comparing them to the Dream Team, and I kind of like LeBron coming back to the USA basketball team and what he's doing with Kevin Durant, because you never get to see Steph and LeBron play together, and I think that's like one of a lifetime.
By the way, and Tevin, my point on all this with the USA men's team is, let's not compare them to the Dream Team based on the results, because if you look at how many NBA players the Dream Team was playing against, like just the Canadian team has more NBA players than the entire world had, back in the day. So this is a totally different tournament and a really competitive tournament. You're right. Getting to see, LeBron, Steph, KD, all on the same team, like that's something we'll have forever.
Yeah, I agree. And my thing with the Brewers, they always let me down, and they let me down in the most worst way. I went to the game last year where they got put out, and that was a heartbreaker for me, and I just never recovered since.
Tevin, every year it seems like it's been worse and worse. Thank you so much for the call. That Washington wild card loss, every year, and then the team that they lose to goes on a run. That's what it's happened every year. But this year feels like the Packers season last year, where it kind of came out of nowhere for us. Sadler is a guru. Speak to us, guru. What are you prioritizing as a sports fan?
For me, it's the Packers, Olympics, then the Brewers, and then, of course, because the Wisconsin Badgers, actually, because we do have a lot of Badgers in the Olympics, both other countries, as well as Team USA.
That's a good call. Like we said, Giannis representing Greece in the men's basketball, and a bunch of Badgers.
Exactly.
And a bunch of Badgers. There are a lot of local connections that we are seeing in the Olympics. Thanks so much for the call. By the way, Sadler and everyone, there is also a lot of local connections on the broadcast. Anyone peep Trenny yesterday on TV?
Trenny, when you said what? Trenny used to be in Wisconsin?
Trenny used to be in Wisconsin.
Trini Kasnick, is that her name?
Yes, her name is now Trenny Casey.
Okay, because she was the Milwaukee Brewers.
She was a teammate here. Come on, Kyle.
Oh, great. Well, was that a decade ago?
It was over a decade ago.
I'm like Trini. Wow, I haven't seen or heard from Trini in a long time.
So Trenny went out to Boston, worked for Comcast, the parent company of NBC. And by the way, Trenny, when she went from the Major League Baseball network and moved back to Milwaukee to be part of our team. And while she was doing that, she was also waitressing. And she said it'd be hilarious because people would see her waitressing, and she was doing it just to get some social interactions. People be like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. You went from national TV on the Major League Baseball network to now you people couldn't even make eye contact with her when they saw her waitressing, but she was doing it for fun." And look at her anchoring NBC's weekend coverage yesterday at the Olympics. How about Zora Stevenson? How about her Zora?
I did see Zora during the gymnastics, actually.
Yeah, how about Zora with Simone Biles as she's winning gold? It's so cool to see those Milwaukee connections. Kyle, you were right. Packers dominating the conversation. We'll check out the polls. We'll check out the texts. We'll have the conversation with you. I have the Packers third. I believe everyone else seems to have them first. Is there a interest level in the Olympics or the Brewers right now that can surpass your Packers' interest? Or are we just so excited? Football is actually finally back. The Hall of Fame game got sidetracked because of weather, but can nothing beat football even in August in Wisconsin? We'll take your calls. We'll take your texts. We'll take your conversations on YouTube. We'll take your X poll. As we roll on, it's Sunday Karma, ESPN Wisconsin.
You're listening to Sunday Karma with Craig Karmazin on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. The Packers have their franchise QB all locked up.
The Packers putting their trust and their faith in me. It's something that I'm focused on earning every day and going out and putting my best foot forward, chasing that goal of winning a Super Bowl.
Jordan Love has agreed to a game-changing extension.
We saw it, the overwhelming ability to throw the ball, move, athleticism, all that stuff. Was apparent right away.
React to all things green and gold and Jordan Love right here. 94.5 ESPN and streaming at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Okay, raise your hand if you want to make your life a little bit easier. Great. Now raise your other hand if you like to be comfortable. Perfect. Now that you have both hands raised, imagine putting on your shoes. And that, folks, right there is your answer to an easier, more comfortable life. Go hands-free with Skechers Slip-ins. This is footwear you don't need your hands to put on. They can be raised in the air, and you can just step it and go. So you ask, how do hands-free Skechers Slip-ins work? Well, it's like they have this invisible built-in shoehorn so your foot slides into place. Then our heel pillow keeps your foot comfy and secure. And slip-ins are for the whole family, men, women, and kids, in all your favorite Skechers styles, from sneakers to casual shoes and even sandals. Yes, even sandals. So raise your hands in the air and put your shoes on like you just don't care, because you just went hands-free with Skechers Slip-ins. Why don't you experience what people can't stop talking about? Life-changing Skechers Slip-ins. Get your Slip-ins at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
Some things are fine to buy from a vending machine, but despite what a certain national online company tells you, a car's not one of them.
Let's see. Cheese Doodles, Mr. Nougat Bar. Oh, here we go. Green 4-door hatchback. Honey, we're gonna need some more quarters.
Sure, they make it seem convenient, but it won't be so convenient if you have a problem with the vehicle you buy. And if it's after 7 days, good luck. Adam member dealers also let you search online. And unlike those national companies, you get to see the vehicle in person and test drive it before you buy it. You also have the assurance that the vehicle's been thoroughly tested, and if any issue does come up, your local Adam member dealer is right here to service it, and can also provide low financing and top dollar for your trade. Think about that before you take a chance with their so-called vending machine.
What? It's stuck! No! Oh, rats.
Start your search at ADAMM.com.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
Faith and Bigorra, lads and lassies. Irish Fest is almost here. one of the great Milwaukee summer festivals. And we'd like to send you there compliments of Discount Liquor. Hi, this is Marie from Discount Liquor. Purchase any 1 18-pack of Miller Lite, Draft, or 64, or Coors Light, and receive 1 free ticket to Irish Fest. But don't delay. Tickets go quickly, and I know you don't want to miss all the great Irish food and beverages. Visit us today at 51st in Oklahoma and Milwaukee, and on Barstow and Main in downtown Waukesha. Discount Liquor, voted best liquor store in Milwaukee again. See us this week for your free Irish Fest ticket.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings. Discount Liquor.
Check out all of our weekly specials at discountliquorinc.com.
Hey guys, it's ESPN Milwaukee's Gabe Neitzel here to give you some advice. If you're making plans to propose to that special someone in your life, the Jewelry Center has to be your stop for the ring. It's what I did. They're the best place to shop for diamond engagement rings in Milwaukee for a reason. I didn't know what to get, but with help of a Pinterest board, the Jewelry Center and their team of specialists took care of everything from start to finish. Naturally mined diamonds, lab-grown diamonds, whatever you're in the market for, when it comes to an engagement ring, the Jewelry Center has it. Find locations and inventory online at shoptjc.com.
And still make that clap so I know it's real. Don't panic, you don't want me to get on my Miami. Like JT coming, JT coming, JT coming, JT coming, JT coming, JT.
Is Sunday Karma with Craig Karmazin on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Olympics going on right now, and it's wild. Kyle, have you been following the golf?
No, golf I have not been following.
Oh, my God. Golf has been so good today. I woke up early this morning, been watching it. Jon Rahm was 20 under, your live guy, and he was running away with this whole tournament. Like, it was over. He was up by 4 strokes. He was at 20 under par. Well, let me tell you what Jon Rahm has had happen since. Jon Rahm, 20 under par, bogeys 11, bogeys 12, double bogeys 14, birdies 16, and now just bogeys 17 as we're speaking. And Scotty Scheffler, yep, that Scotty Scheffler, who started today 10 under par and not in the mix. I just mentioned Jon Rahm was at 20 under par. Scotty Scheffler started at 10 under par. Scotty Scheffler shoots a 62, 9 under par. He now is in first place.
USA.
All alone. All alone.
What a real American.
Scotty Scheffler has gotten himself into first place in this tournament. This is absolutely wild as this scenario plays out. It is crazy how this tournament has all turned around. And
now, is this the final round or?
Yeah. This is the fourth and final round.
So you're playing for gold, silver, and bronze right now.
Yes.
Is it a team golf event too?
No, it is not team. So it is very much a tiebreaker expectation, right? The expectation is that you're going to have multiple people tie for second or third or whatever, and there's going to have to be playoffs for the medals. Because it's not just like, all right, 5 people got third, so you guys all split the bronze, right? So it is really interesting right now. A 1-stroke lead for Scotty Scheffler as Tommy Fleetwood from Great Britain just bogeyed to go to 18. Matsuyama at 17. Rahm and Perez at 16. Matsuyama is now in the clubhouse at 17. So if Fleetwood pars 18, then that's what it'll be. It'll be Scheffler, Fleetwood, Matsuyama as the podium at the men's golf. Women's basketball going on right now. Pool play still for the women. Last game of pool play. Germany out to a little lead early, 15-6 over the U.S. women. German men, the 2 seed, right behind the U.S. men in that tournament. It'll be Brazil 8th. Somehow Greece sneaks in. Giannis sneaks into the tournament.
Did they win one game?
Yeah, they won one game.
And they became a top 8 team? Is that based off what?
It's basically based on point differential. So like the in-season tournament and all that.
I got it. So they were close.
So there are a bunch of teams who won one game, who went 1-2 in pool play. If you went 3-0 or 2-1, you came in first or second in your pool. You advanced, which there were 6 of those teams, and then it's the top other 2 teams from a point differential that make up the top 8. So Giannis, who finds a way to get Greece into the Olympics, which was a long shot, had to beat Luka and had to win the tournament to get in. Now has also found his way into the quarterfinals of the tournament. By the way, I mentioned that it could be pretty much wrapped up there, but John Rahm still is at 16. So if he birdies 18, he could set up a one-hole playoff with Matsuyama for the bronze medal in that golf. All right. So that gets you up to date on what's going on, some of what's going on with the Olympics. There's so much more. A day with gymnastics and all sorts of things going on. Track and field starting to kick in. But we were talking about it. It would lead you to believe, based on how this segment started, that the Olympics is high up there. I'm telling you, the Brewers for me are right there with the Olympics.
Now, why is that? Why is it that you feel like August and not September is the month that you really, really focus and get locked in on the Milwaukee Brewers? Because we remember the September collapse of, I guess almost a decade ago, and that still probably stings for a lot of us Brewers fans.
What?
When they had the September collapse? We've had multiple September collapses, actually.
Nah. I mean, this team's in the playoffs pretty much every year. Why would the one bad... I mean, do you know how many good Septembers there have been?
Do you know what PTSD is?
But why are you going to remember the one bad one when there's been so many good ones?
That's why September, to me, is more important because of the fact that September is when you close out the season. And so
absolutely, September is more important. But I'm saying August, you're talking about games that actually matter, and compared to the Packers, where you're talking about preseason. And I feel like your Packers interest is always at an 11 out of 10, and your Brewers right now is sitting at like a 4 out of 10.
I mean, it's higher than a 4 out of 10, but the anticipation for the Green Bay Packers is extremely high because of all the storylines that the Packers have leading into this season. The Packers had an abysmal defense. They fired their defensive coordinator.
Yep.
You had players who were basically going on strike last year. A player that said, you know what? I ain't gonna play. And Devondre Campbell said, I'm not finna go out there and put my body on the line. And now you have this rebirth and this re-energized defense under Jeff Hafley. You're interested to see what a Kenny Clark does. You're interested to see what a Jair Alexander does. You're interested to see how it's Rashawn.
You're interested to see what they do in August, though?
They said Rashawn Gary was being a beast again yesterday in pass for family night. That should get you excited. That is why Packers fans are excited. We talked about Jordan Love. He had the contract holdout, and then now he's playing. Yesterday, you know what I saw? I saw the Nets out there, and I saw him throwing in the nets again. I saw Jordan Love throwing balls in the nets. That's exciting because who used to do that? Aaron Rodgers used to do that. So for me and for a lot of people, the anticipation of the season for you trying to win a Super Bowl, you trying to see if last year just wasn't, the Packers did okay last year. No, last year was the momentum being built. You're excited for this, right? Because the anticipation of what's to come makes people want to know what's going on, correct?
That's amazing to me because I feel all that, but that's like the Brewers in March, which ain't nobody was. I mean, and by the way, the Packers are like a year ahead, right? Last season for the Packers was the equivalent of this year for the Brewers, right? Where we thought we had low expectations, and the Packers exceeded them, and that's why we are so excited going into this year. But the Brewers are actually proving it. They're actually doing it. They're actually in first place. They're actually ahead of the Cubs and Craig Counsell. All these fears that we had, right? 9.5 games ahead of the Chicago Cubs and Craig Counsell that you were screaming about and so worried about in this offseason.
No. Let's get that straight. I wasn't worried about Craig Counsell. I just don't like a traitor.
You were worried about him. 9.5 games ahead of them and 6 ahead of the Pirates, 5.5 ahead of the Cardinals. And to me, it's amazing. Like, I get it. And the reason I'm saying August, Kyle, is because I know once September starts, and the caller brought up the Badgers, right? There's going to be a lot of Badger excitement. Bama comes to town in September, which will be really cool. Middle of the month, right? Early season, out of conference action. And, I mean, it's hard to even know who's in the conference now, but we know Alabama's not. We know they're in the SEC.
That is factual.
So we know that once Packers games start, a lot of that energy and attention for us as sports fans goes to our fantasy football league, goes to our Packers games, goes to the NFL on Thursdays, on Fridays this year, on Saturday, on Sunday, on Monday. You know, it's football all the time in September. That's why, to me, it's interesting to see where this attention is in August. We'll talk more about it with Jason Wilde as he joins us. We continue next. Sunday Karma, ESPN Wisconsin.
You're listening to Sunday Karma with Craig Karmazin on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
An epic Brewers homestand kicks off August 9th, featuring a division duel against the Reds. First place battles with the Dodgers and Guardians, plus 3 giveaway games. Find the game for you at brewers.com/tickets.
Explosive red, white, and blue savings are going on now. Exclusively at the Kunis Auto Group's Freedom to Save sales event. From the Patriot Pros at your nearby Milwaukee Metro Region Kunis Auto Group dealership. America's best-selling cars, trucks, and SUVs from both Buick and GMC. All marked down with July Freedom to Save discounts and savings. We're also offering incredible Freedom to Save discounts on our entire inventory of select pre-owned vehicles. Choose from over 1,500 vehicles online and online. Check out dozens of July Freedom to Save service specials on everything from brakes, tires to oil changes. Plus, in July, with any newer pre-owned test drive, you'll get a free windshield auto shade to protect your car's interior from summer heat. All at your nearby Milwaukee Metro Region Kunis Auto Group dealerships in both Oak Creek and Greenfield. It's the Kunis Auto Group's exclusive July Freedom to Save sales event going on now. For additional event info, go to shopkunis.com.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Brad Nortman here for Carbless, my go-to drink this summer. Handcrafted right here in Wisconsin, Carbless is a ready-to-drink vodka and tequila cocktail. Perfect for hanging out on the patio by the grill, chilling on the lake, or tailgating at the Brewers game. Plus, it's got 0 carbs, 0 sugar, 0 gluten, and just 100 calories. All summer, make sure you're following Carbless on Instagram at Drink Carbless for your chance to win a Summer Bliss prize package. Find Carbless online and at retailers near you. Carbless. Bliss is more.
Tired of looking at dusty, dirty, and cracked garage floors? Hi, this is ESPN Milwaukee's Jen Latta, and I'm here to tell you how you can get a fresh new look with Floor Shield by Showtime Floors. Using a state-of-the-art coating 4 times stronger than traditional epoxy, it's tough enough to be used in military bases and airports. Floor Shield is certified as an anti-slip floor. It's also eco-friendly, all while being UV stable, and my favorite part, easy to clean. Contact Showtime Floors today and mention ESPN for 10% off. ShowtimeFloors.com.
ESPN Milwaukee's Gabe Neitzel. I've spent a while telling you about Mentality because it works. Not just for me, though. Take it from fellow Mentality user Jason. He's got a new lease on life thanks to Mentality.
Process was easy. It really, truly was. And the individuals that work at Mentality, very helpful, very respectful. It was an easy out. You go in a week after, they give you the results right away. And once you find that you're able to do it, just that thought, the energy already picked up a little bit. Most of it could have been mentally wise, but knowing that, hey, I get to start this, it was incredible.
Learn more today at LowTUSA.com.
They say seeing is believing, and when you see what's inside at American Place Casino, you better believe you're gonna love it. Because when it comes to amazing gaming, we're a real game changer. With the most exciting of table games like blackjack, craps, and roulette, the newest slots, a sportsbook, restaurants, bars, and more. So if you're ready for excitement, we'll see you soon. American Place Casino. Change the game.
Must be 21 years of age or older. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, crisis counseling and referral services can be accessed by calling 1-800-GAMBLER, 1-800-426-2537.
Finally, warmer weather, green grass, birds chirping. Don't spend your weekend surrounded by all that junk. Get your free, no obligation, same-day estimate from Two Men and a Junk Truck. You'll restore your sanity and reclaim your space when Two Men and a Junk Truck pulls in your driveway. Visit twomenandajuncktruck.com for your free, no obligation estimate today.
Keep what you love, ditch what you don't.
If only life had a remote control, you could pause or rewind. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
Damn, okay, I've been out of the way in the
been a minute. Working on her album, not finished. Last time I saw her, she was with my soda.
Jason Wilde is brought to you by Boucher Automotive, where we ride with you every mile. 18 dealerships, 15 brands, and thousands of vehicles in stock. Check them out at Boucher.com.
Always, hey. Bunch of sedative hypnotics in my system. Okay, life is going just how I predicted. Okay, dropping 2 Cialis in a lick.
And as we come back, Tommy Fleetwood from about 100 yards out is no good. And that means the best he can do is par. And that means Scotty Scheffler will win the gold at the Olympics. U.S. and Germany playing for the overall 1 seed right now, women's basketball. Jason Wilde joins us to talk Green Bay Packers. But before we do, Jason, we know you are such a sports journalist that sometimes your fandom is a little pushed back, but I believe the Olympics changes that a little bit based on the sports and your family and all that. So as you sit here today, Packers, Brewers, Olympics, what has your attention in the month of August in order? Take us through those three.
Great question. So I will admit that I am paying closer attention to the Brewers than I would if Craig Counsell was still a manager. And that's not, I have a teammate who is very bitter about Craig Counsell and in Jesse Nelson.
I do too, in Kyle Wallace.
And yeah, that's true. And I don't hold the same vitriol. What I find interesting about this team, though, like if they were in the exact same place with Craig as the manager, I wouldn't be quite as interested because I think what Pat Murphy, who is obviously Craig's mentor, has done, and especially given all their injuries and everything else, has been a fantastic story. And you know me and stories. So nevertheless, that is third. Second is the Olympics, but not for the reason you think. So I don't think my quote-unquote fandom changes for it. Like I'm watching it again kind of through the same eyes I watch everything else. And if, for instance, yesterday, the woman who won the 100-meter dash for St. Lucia, I believe, is her country. They had never won a medal before. I have nothing against Sha'Carri Richardson or the other American woman who finished, I think, third and got the bronze. But to me, that was a better story. Right?
Wait, Kyle, how do you feel about this? So Jason roots for the better story rather than the USA. Well, not surprising with Jason, but how are you feeling about this, Kyle?
Jason knows I am a loyalist. I am loyal to America. I was so upset for my girl Sha'Carri who did not win. But shout out to Miss Alfred, I think her name was. That is a special story. But I wanted America to win, Jason.
Make America win more medals. So I've watched. I will say this: I've watched, and I do this every 4 years.
Wait. Now, Jason, I can't let this go because Jason talked about more medals. Now, Kyle, I'm interested in your take on this because when we look at the medal count right now, the USA has 64, France is second at 42. But if you look at the gold, gold medal count, China's got 18 and the USA's got 14.
We need more gold medals.
So who's winning the Olympics right now, in your opinion, Kyle? Is it the U.S. with the most medals, or is it the gold medal count?
The expectation is for America to always win the medal count. We got to win the most golds, Craig. It's about winning the gold medal.
Jason, you with Kyle there, or is it is the Olympics different because everyone gets the top three get the medal? Are you a medal count or are you a gold medal?
I think doping is winning the Olympics. I don't know. I mean, look, here's my view of the Olympics. Like yesterday, the guy that won the shot put, I watched that, and it's the third straight time he's won the gold medal in the Olympics. That's an incredible story, and he's had all this adversity he's dealt with injury issues and blood clots and everything else. Again, American, great, happy for him, but the reason I found him compelling was because of everything that he's dealt with. So again, Kyle, I appreciate your support of our country, and I'm certainly not anti-U.S. by any means, but I am watching the Olympics the way I do every 4 years, which is finding myself fascinated by sports that I don't normally watch. Thanks for the update on Scotty Scheffler and the gold medal. I still don't understand why golf is in the Olympics. Golf has plenty of majors and everything else. Don't need it. Now, I understand basketball has professional leagues and the college game. For some reason, I just view that differently. But the fact that they've added golf and they've added...
So, Jason, would you like golf more?
I'm not on board.
Would you like golf more if it was a team sport? If it was...
I would.
Yeah,
yes,
I mean, that to me would feel a little more Olympics if it was like the top two players from
like the Ryder Cup.
Countries. Yeah. More of a Ryder Cup, and it doesn't need to be that format, but just some level like that. By the way, John Rahm, your guy from Live, Kyle, because you're a Live guy, goes
live.
He comes in a 39 on the second 9 of the final round and ends up tied for 5th out of the medal after being 4 strokes up going into the back 9. What a collapse for John Rahm. All right, so Jason, we will get back to football now because you and I have not spoken since the Jordan Love contract. And now that we can step back and look at this, is this what we just heard Matt Jones and Myron Metcalf leading into us saying that, wow, the highest paid player in the NFL history, has played 7 or 8 good games? Is that what we're looking at right now?
Yeah. Well, first of all, he's. I hate the way we judge this, but this is agents want wins, right? Because it gets them their next client and their next client, and so the fact that Jordan's contract averages $55 million a year ties him with Joe Burrow and Trevor Lawrence. And what's fascinating about that is all 3 guys can claim that they're the highest paid player in the league right now. And yet, if we're being honest, it's really Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow got $210 million of his contract fully guaranteed. Fully guaranteed.
So it is him, and it's not somehow Deshaun Watson?
No. Well, no, that's a fair argument, right? I still don't understand what the Browns were doing, but that's for another conversation. But Deshaun Watson got all $230 million guaranteed. To me, he's the highest paid, in my opinion, because every single penny, he's like an NBA player or a Major League Baseball player. He's getting every penny of that. But if we're doing a tiebreaker between these 3 guys that average $55 million a year, it's Burrow, and it's not close. The guaranteed money is Burrow $210, Love $155, Trevor Lawrence $142.
Right. But, Jason, regardless of that, I think we've seen Joe Burrow take a team to the Super Bowl. We've seen Trevor Lawrence be a starting quarterback for many years now. And we
won a playoff game.
Yep.
Has.
Yep. And we've seen Jordan Love through the back half of the year perform well. Now, you know me, I believed in this signing, but how do you react when you hear that take of, wait, is that really all it takes? 7, 8 good games, and now this guy is being paid $55 million a year to be your quarterback, which is going to make it harder 2 years from now to build a team around him.
Yeah, it is. In some ways, it's ridiculous. They're not wrong. I totally understand, and I've known Myron for a long time. I think he does a great job, and he's a really smart guy, and I understand his point completely. The point I'm making with the guaranteed money is a larger point in terms of how much they are trusting him and his 10 good games, or whatever you want to call it, as compared to how much the Bengals were trusting Joe Burrow, and by comparison, how much the Jaguars are trusting Trevor Lawrence. And guaranteed money is a sign of respect and trust. And the Packers structured this contract to protect themselves in the, in my opinion, very unlikely event, but still a possibility, that it turns out that was an aberration. I'll be honest, watching last night at family night, the Packers defense once again essentially owned the offense, which has been the case all camp. And you can say, the defense is always ahead of the offense early in camp. You can talk about how it's a different scheme and the Packers offense and Love aren't used to it. You can talk about Love missing the first 4 practices. But the defense is crushing it. I mean, the Packers in the 2-minute offense last night went 4 and out and looked ugly doing it against the number one defense. So their point is well taken. My point is that because of his limited resume, the Packers didn't guarantee nearly as much as some other quarterbacks have gotten who deserve that trust because they've proven it more than Jordan has. Jordan will have the opportunity to earn all $220 million. I would predict that if he plays like we expect him to, he will play this year, next year, and 2026 on this contract, and then it'll be redone. It'll get a boatload more guaranteed money. But after the 2026 season, if by some stroke of bad luck he turns out to not be very good, and we were fooled by his second half of the 2023 season, they can get out from under it fairly easily. I don't know how the Browns feel about the Deshaun Watson situation, but I'm guessing that another year that goes the way last year went, where Joe Flacco did a better job at quarterback, I'm guessing that they were wishing they could get out of it, and I don't think they can. And so, to me, that's what kind of rebuts that argument that, oh my gosh, the highest paid quarterback in the league is a guy that hasn't proven it. They're not wrong, but the Packers were never getting out of this without paying the market rate.
Yeah, so it sounds like, Jason, and I want to, next segment, we'll get into like if these are real takeaways from family night, because it's been years since you had like a true like family night take on like what's going on here. So I want to get deeper into that. Mm-hmm. But it sounds like you feel like the Packers did a really smart, if not, almost feels like you feel like they won the negotiation based on what you knew they were going to have to do and how they came out of this negotiation with Jordan Love.
You as is often the case with my long-winded takes or statements, you summed it up far more concisely than me. Yes, I believe they paid the going rate.
So the agent, it's basically, hey, the agent's going to need to say he's the highest paid, and they let him have that, and they figured out a way where if it's not working, it's not going to destroy the team for the next 5 years.
Yeah, they gave him another thing too, remember. They gave him the biggest signing bonus in NFL history. Yep. 75 of the 155 was a signing bonus, which is another feather in David Mulugheta and Andrew Kessler's hat that, hey, we got our guy not only to be tied for the highest paid player in the league, APY, but also no one in the history of the league has gotten as much up front as our guy did. So those are 2 wins for them.
And by the way, if something awful were to happen, that $75 million is life-changing, generational Correct. Wealth that Jordan Love will and his family will always have. All right, as we continue with Jason, we know we've heard people care a lot about this team in the month of August, and where it starts is with family night, and Jason has family night takes. I feel like for the first time in about a decade. We'll talk about it with Jason as we continue. It's Sunday Karma, ESPN Wisconsin.
It's Sunday Karma with Craig Karmazin on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Also sponsored by Coors Light.
I think I'm going to have to bring Romeo Doubs into the Tausch stand category and start promoting and pushing him more.
Wilde and Tausch.
I feel like he is just so criminally. Like, he's an afterthought for too many Packer fans, and I think he's going to have a bust-out year.
Weekdays 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN and available wherever you get your podcasts with Wisconsin On Demand.
Monica, Sarah, have you heard the good news?
What is it? Joe Gerke says our new store in Bristol, Wisconsin, otherwise known as Kenosha, will be open this autumn.
Kessler's Diamonds is opening a new store.
Indeed we are. It's located off I-94 and Highway 50.
We should reach out and tell people in the area that we're hiring.
Monica, that microphone is on. Tell them what we're looking for.
Do you love people? Do you smile a lot? Are you the person that all your friends come to when they need help or advice?
Kessler's Diamonds is one of the top engagement ring stores in America.
And we're also the largest employee-owned jewelry company in the world.
You're going to love working for Kessler's Diamonds.
You're going to love shopping at Kessler's Diamonds.
Diamond engagement rings.
Diamond tennis bracelets.
Diamond stud earrings.
Diamond anniversary bands.
And big anniversary diamonds.
We do diamonds magnificently because diamonds are all we do.
To apply for a job, job or find out more about us, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. It's racing season at the legendary Great Lakes Dragaway, and our schedule of events is ready. We've still got our yearly holiday weekend races like Labor Day weekend, plus Nitrous Streetcar Brawl, Import Wars, and Night of Fire. You can also book corporate and private events. Take advantage of our season-long passes and even schedule a time to take your car down the legendary quarter mile. Go to GreatLakesDragaway.com for pricing and info. Great Lakes Dragaway, just a burnout west of I-94 on County KR. Be there.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher, and summer is here. But if you want your parking lots and asphalt to be ready for winter, you have to remember the 3 R's from Johnson & Sons Paving. Reseal every 2 to 3 years. Repair when you see signs of cracking or potholes. And replace if there's constant standing water, buckling, or sinking. Don't scare customers or tenants away because of a bad parking lot. Connect with Johnson & Sons today before minor repairs end up being huge headaches. Schedule an appointment at johnsonsonspaving.com.
When you're at State Fair this year, be sure to check out the Bank 5-9 Amphitheater, State Fair's largest free entertainment venue, featuring acts like Here Come the Mummies, Gaelic Storm, and Pat McCurdy. Bank 5-9 is a proud sponsor of the fair and a proud supporter of the local Wisconsin communities they've served since 1859. So grab your bucket of lemonade or beer, something on a stick, and join Bank 5-9 between August 1st and 11th. Member FDIC.
The Island Resort and Casino is the Midwest's premier resort destination, giving guests the total experience with a luxury hotel, full-service spa, live lounge and headline entertainment, multiple dining options, and more, all surrounding a lively Vegas-style casino. And atop many a golfer's bucket list are the island's 2 championship courses, Sweetgrass and Sage Run. When we say your total experience, we mean it. Plan your getaway today at islandresortandcasino.com.
Discover the difference at findhigherlove.com/CBD. Higher Love Cannabis Company is the only cultivator in the UP offering organic, clean green certified products. That means quality you can trust every time. With 7 locations across the UP, including Menominee, Norway, and Ironwood, finding your Higher Love is easier than ever before. And for our friends in Green Bay, Higher Love is less than an hour away. Kindness starts with you. Experience Higher Love today. Visit findhigherlove.com/CBD and follow them on social media at Find Higher Love.
Jason Wilde is brought to you by Boucher Automotive, where we ride with you every mile. 18 dealerships, 15 brands, and thousands of vehicles in stock. Check them out at Boucher.com.
Continuing with Jason Wilde, and I don't know if the parallels I mentioned earlier are relevant, Jason, because we were just talking, like last year, we thought it was just disingenuous for the Packers not to call it a rebuilding year. And the parallels we were making earlier in the show is with the Brewers, who elected not to keep Corbin Burns and made a bunch of moves that made it feel like, all right, if this year's just like not a year they're going for it, just like kind of admit it, and we can embrace some of the young players and what's there. And the Packers exceeded my 7-win expectations of a year ago, and the Brewers have exceeded everyone's expectations this year. But like now, as you're talking about this defense and family night and all this, like are Super Bowl expectations fair for this team now?
I think playoff expectations are definitely fair.
Well, that I think is not even like, I don't think people are even like considering that. And this is such a tough division that they probably should. I mean, Kyle, are you even considering that this team might not make the playoffs this year?
For the Milwaukee Brewers, no.
No, for the Packers.
Oh, the Packers? Oh, no, the Packers are making the playoffs.
I'm saying, like, if
That would be very, very disappointing and a huge step backward for a franchise that just paid somebody, as Jason said, regardless, it's not the highest paid contract for a quarterback for guaranteed money, but he is one of the highest paid quarterbacks.
Kyle, more likely they're in the NFC Championship or miss the playoffs?
I think more likely in the NFC Championship.
Jason, what's your answer to that?
I would agree, and that's why when I talk about expectations, like that's a foregone conclusion level of an expectation. Whether or not they're a Super Bowl team, I don't know. Their offense has struggled. There's no doubt about it, and that's not, that's probably temporary. But when we just got done talking about what they paid Jordan Love, and their offense with all the talent around him that we talk about has a night like last night, where basically there were 2 plays in the red zone when Romeo Doubs had back-to-back touchdown catches from Love. But that was pretty much it for the offensive highlights. And again, it's only a practice.
Jason, was the format a little different last night? Because I feel like there's your takeaways. There's a lot more takeaways this year than in a long time for you from family night.
No, I just think it was so one-sided, which is unusual. And that's, I think, why you think that it's more takeaways or whatever else. Like usually, look, it's the Packers versus the Packers, right? So, and even how I phrased my question to LaFleur last night afterward about how, hey, you don't just coach the offense, you coach the whole team. So how do you look at how tonight played out? Because the 11-on-11 was one-sided. The defense won it and won it big. And so whether or not their offense is as good as advertised, whether or not they're going to have the kind of season that we all expect from them on that side of the ball with such a highly paid quarterback, with so much talent, I don't know. I don't think that this is a harbinger of some sort of struggles all season on the offensive side of the football. I think it's more, hey, kind of like Rodgers said back when Pettin got there and they got off to a strong start defensively, we've got a defense now. Now, that didn't turn out to be entirely true, but it was certainly an improved defense.
And Jason, Jason, I've heard you say that this is the most excitement since Dom Capers, and maybe the best defense since half of the 2014, the back half of that season. So that's, when you're saying that, that's combination of years of drafting aggressively on the defense and just bringing in a coach, or is this also free agency? Like how do you, because that's like in 2 decades you're talking about now.
Yeah, I think it's because it's such a stark departure from the way they were running the defense with Barry. I think that's the biggest reason for the excitement, because there's a group of guys that had grown very tired of playing what was a passive style of defense, and now they're playing something that's much more aggressive, and how players are. Of course, they would prefer the more aggressive approach than the passive approach. So I think that's, from a player excitement, and that's who I was talking about, were players. I think that's why it reminds me of 2009 when Dom got there and they switched to the 3-4 and the fire zone blitz, which was so much more aggressive than the Jim Bates, Bob Sanders system. So that's what I'm talking about there. But look, guys always want to be aggressive. And last night, they also stopped the run really well. Now, Josh Jacobs didn't do 11-on-11 periods, but the bottom line is once they get to the season, it's great that they're aggressive, but are teams going to be able to use that aggressiveness against them? Are they going to be gashed for big plays? Because part of the philosophy Joe Barry had was, okay, we're not that aggressive when we play this umbrella coverage, but we're not going to give up big plays. And whether or not that's going to be something that maybe they have some games where they just don't have solutions and that aggressiveness goes against them, we're going to have to wait and see. But that's the excitement is, guys like Kenny Clark and Devontae Wyatt are now able to get up the field and go, as opposed to holding their ground and taking up blockers. The guys in the back end are having vision and break coverage, which means they're seeing the ball, which means they should have more opportunities to intercept passes. They're doing a great job of disguising stuff. Jordan Love was talking about this during the week. Like, he threw a pick to Xavier McKinney, and we asked him, when did you see McKinney? He was like, after I threw the ball. Like, that tells you that what they're doing is, at least right now, pretty darn effective. And if they're able to do that to Love, are they going to be able to do that to opposing quarterbacks? If they can, then they're going to be legit.
I mean, that just feels like it's got to make Jordan Love so much better, right? Like, because we all have that fresh memory in our mind of, like, maybe his worst pass of the season, ending the year. And so the more he's being tested with different looks, I mean, that's got to be making him better right now.
Absolutely, it does. And again, there's other teams that run, like San Francisco runs this essentially the same scheme. So you saw that defense, not for the whole game. Remember, I thought Love played pretty well for 3/4 of that game.
Oh yeah.
But when the game was on the line, obviously he made some pretty colossal mistakes.
Jason, it's exciting to hear that this defense looks like this, but I mean, let's be real. Does any of this truly matter until we see them week 1? Like when it actually counts to see this defense actually?
No, I mean, Kyle, you're right. It doesn't matter that much, but it's still right. It's a process, and it's about progress. And if they were struggling now, it would matter, don't you think? Like then we'd be at the other end. Oh my gosh. Like, it's totally new, and they're still getting carved up. The new system isn't even bothering Jordan Love, who sees the scheme in practice every day. Like, I think it's important that they are looking this good now. Is it nearly as important as, like, look, they've got, not only do they have the 3 preseason games, but they have 2 joint practices with other teams, right? They've got one with the Broncos next week after the first preseason game against Cleveland, and then they've got one here with Baltimore before they play the Ravens on like the 26th. Now I think those are really valuable because the way that they have now done this, and if you remember when the Packers did it in 2019 and Rodgers complained about it, it was because they held everything back because Chuck Pagano, who was the defensive coordinator for the Bears, who they had in the opener, his brother was on the Texans staff. So they thought anything that they did, Pagano's brother was going to report back to Pagano. So they didn't, it was just, as Rodgers put it, a waste of time for the offense. And he wasn't wrong. I'm not sure I would have aired that publicly and made my first-year head coach put him in a bad situation the way he did, but that's neither here nor there. The fact of the matter is that after that, they did one with the Jets. They did one, who they have been last year, the Patriots. It was with teams that they didn't have any worries about. So they ran all their stuff. So I'm eager to see if Jeff Hafley feels comfortable running a lot of the stuff that he wants to run, because here was another aspect of last night. It was live streamed for the first time on Packers.com. And LaFleur admitted that they kept things vanilla on both sides of the ball because opponents could watch it. So how crazy is that they basically treated it like a preseason game and were vanilla in their approach on offense and defense? So, again, if these joint practices aren't subject to that and that film's not getting out to prospective opponents, then those will be the days that we'll, I think, get a much better idea of just how impressive or, maybe against Lamar Jackson, not so impressive it might be.
And the fact that the defense was still that impressive being vanilla. All right, Jason, total off topic. Last question. NFL Comeback Player of the Year. I'm looking at the odds, and it's a difficult one to predict going into the year. Aaron Rodgers is plus 100. The next best odds is Russell Wilson at plus 1,200, then Deshaun Watson at plus 1,500. So as you look at this year, would you, if you were a wagering man, would you go Aaron Rodgers or every other player in the NFL combined? Who would be?
Yeah, Rodgers for the field.
Rodgers or the field, NFL Comeback Player of the Year.
Yeah, Tausch and I fundamentally disagree on this. Tausch thinks that it's going to come apart at the seams in New York. I understand that he's undergone some changes. I understand that he's 40. He's going to be 41 on December 2nd. But I've seen the guy do too many things, and I've seen him when supremely motivated, what he's capable of. I don't know enough about the Jets' talent to be able to speak about whether they're good enough to, say, be a Super Bowl team. I know Evan Cohen did a poll on Unsportsmanlike what the best February outcome would be in the NFL, and one of the options was Jets-Packers Super Bowl. One was Chiefs three-peat. One was Cleveland-Detroit Super Bowl, which would also be amazing. And then one was like the Cowboys winning the Super Bowl. I'm certainly all in for a Jets-Packers Super Bowl. I'm not sure that either team is going to get there, but I'm not betting against Aaron Rodgers. And if I'm wrong and that whole thing implodes, I won't be stunned by that, but I'm not betting against him. So I would definitely take him over the field.
I'm with you. I haven't heard anyone say good things about Zach Wilson still, right? And they won a bunch of games with that defense. So you add an NFL potentially elite starting quarterback, which he's been almost every year of his career when he's been healthy, much less MVP level. I'm all in on that as well. Jason Wilde, you can listen to him every day on Wilde and Tausch and follow him at Jason J. Wilde. Thanks, Jason.
All right, guys, take care. Be good.
There he is, Jason Wilde. Kyle, you signing up for that Jets Packers Super Bowl?
What a surprise. Craig is all in on Aaron Rodgers. You love you some Aaron.
Why is that?
You just love you some Aaron. Craig, of course you're going to think Aaron Rodgers is going to be comeback player of the year. I mean, I think Aaron Rodgers can win comeback player of the year, but of course you do, because I think you love Aaron more than you love Jordan.
I mean, the idea that Aaron Rodgers has proven a lot in the last 15 years to me as a player, why does that have anything to do with Jordan Love?
Who do you love more? You got to choose. One person lives in the state of Wisconsin. Another person plays in the state that you grew up in. Which state you rocking with, Craig? Who you rocking with, Love or Rodgers?
If I have to pick one of them, I'm going to go with Caleb Williams. 7-Eleven next. Sunday Karma, ESPN Wisconsin.
This is Sunday Karma with Craig Karmazin on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Welcome to another episode of Analysis, man.
From Bucks superstar Giannis.
And then I'm going to Chris at the time. What did coach mean? What do you...
And even Green Bay QB Jordan Love. There's only one call for these conversations.
I've never been in a Lambo, and I have to, right? What is this Lambo league?
Tune in to the Thanalysis Show, presented by Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all. Find it today on Apple, Spotify, and anywhere you get podcasts.
Skilled trade workers are the backbone of every community, and also the Army National Guard. Soldiers trained to keep the power flowing, engines running, and in every other trade needed to accomplish the mission. These soldiers are on the fast track to learning skills that can set them up for success at home with companies looking to hire the best. Their resumes are being built through their paid training and part-time service. Find out how you too can learn a trade profession by visiting NationalGuard.com. Sponsored by the Wisconsin Army National Guard. Aired by the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association and this station.
College students, are you looking to make your campus living more comfortable, functional, and fashionable this year? Let IKEA Oak Creek help. From innovative storage solutions and furniture to maximize your space, to fashionable bedding and accessories to make it uniquely yours, IKEA is helping make college living truly inspired by you. And now, qualified college students can get 15% off their IKEA purchases. Visit IKEA Oak Creek or check out the Ready for College section on IKEA.com/US to learn more.
You're back at the gym. Your new gym outfit? On point. Your new sneakers? Baller. You've got this. Just like Associated Bank's got you with Access Checking. It's maintenance fee-free with no minimum balance requirements. So when you take your first yoga class in 10 months, your body might surprise you, but your checking account won't. You've got this with Access Checking from Associated Bank. See associatedbank.com/checking or ask a banker for details. Member FDIC.
Hey, this is Jen Latta. You're listening to 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station. It's Sunday Karma with Craig Karmazin on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
All right, are you mad at me now?
Yeah, that was a little disrespectful. Actually, that wasn't a little. That's a lot of it disrespectful. A lot of it disrespectful.
Wait, you asked me if I loved Aaron Rodgers more or Jordan Love, and I said Caleb Williams.
Yeah, Caleb, I don't know. It came out of left field.
I mean, okay, so you know my role in this company, right?
I do understand your role in this company.
Okay. So I'm the founder and CEO of this company. We are in the second year of a partnership with the Chicago Bears. We have, I'll break confidentiality here, millions and millions of dollars invested in that relationship with the Chicago Bears.
Yes.
It will impact many teammates' lives and incomes based on how the Chicago Bears perform. For me as a CEO, and everyone's like, if let's just say right now, you had $100 on Germany to beat the USA women's team now.
Yeah,
Who would you be rooting for?
I would be rooting for Germany if I had $100 on Germany.
Okay. So, how is it unfair for me to now have this affinity for the Chicago Bears when not only did they take a chance and want to work with us as a company, but we have a lot of money on the line with this thing.
Do you want my real answer or do you want my positive answer?
No. To keep it real.
Listen, Craig, I'm going to tell you this like I told people on KB, and they asked me, will I be drafting any Chicago Bears on my fantasy team? And I said, H-E double hockey sticks, no. I refuse to have any Chicago Bears on my team because I refuse to have to cheer for the Chicago Bears. Don't want to do it.
So if you knew you have a better chance to win, so if you had a better, you'd rather lose your... And our fantasy league, there's a lot of money at stake in that thing.
I'd rather lose with my dignity than have Caleb Williams, DJ Moore, and I love Keenan Allen. Keenan Allen was always great for me.
I was going to say, Keenan Allen's one of your guys.
I love Keenan Allen. Now, I can't even touch Keenan Allen now. Rome Dunze, I believe he's going to be a good wide receiver, but I can't touch him. Why? Because they are Chicago Bears. By
the way, I'm with you on that. I don't want to have people in fantasy that I'm rooting against in real life.
Yeah.
Because it just confuses it. And it's not worth it because it's not like you know for sure they're going to win it for you. So I'm with you. I do not think it's worth it in fantasy drafting someone on a team you're rooting against.
And I'm a GKB guy, so I want the Chicago Bears to do well financially, but I don't want the Bears to make the playoffs. I don't want it. I want the Bears to get people to make sure that they're listening. I want partners to say, I want to be around Caleb Williams.
Right. And your responsibilities, I'm saying you're based here in Milwaukee. And your vantage point is much more about our assets here in Milwaukee. For me, as the CEO of the company, I got to look at everything. And so for me, I don't want to lie to people listening to this. I've lived in Wisconsin now, for way over half my life.
Yeah.
Like I've been here since the 90s.
Yes, since
like
the
that's
90s.
Now considered a long time ago when you say the 90s.
Yeah, that's like when I was a kid thinking about the 70s.
Right. So I've been here like as long as you've been here at this point, right?
That might as well.
But core value of honesty. I gotta tell people how I feel.
Isn't there more intrigue in Caleb Williams sucking than there is intrigue in Caleb Williams?
No, there has been quarterback sucking forever. We need wins for the Bears, and I'm fine if the Packers go 15-2. I just can't. I was there in that building. You don't understand what it was like. Sitting there at halftime and like the Bears fans, it's week 1. They've had 2-3 decades of losing to Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers. I was there. And then Aaron Jones, this year's Drew Holiday, for the Packers, right? Like Aaron Jones dominates that second half before he gets hurt. And Bears fans left. It wasn't like losing one game to the Packers. It was like losing the previous 30 games to the Packers all over again. That's how painful it was. So
I love that pain.
Yeah, it's real pain.
I get so much happiness.
So that's why I'm saying this has got to change a little bit for those Bears fans. So I can't convince you. Hey, you know that Chicago is actually closer to Milwaukee than Green Bay. No,
Okay,
you're not buying that argument.
That's
All
not
right.
what we doing.
How about the argument that the 7-Eleven's coming up now? Sunday Karma, ESPN Wisconsin.
It's Sunday Karma with Craig Karmazin on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Wisconsin's Act 60 makes financial literacy a graduation requirement. Make sure your students aren't left behind by partnering with Junior Achievement of Wisconsin. JA offers a ready-to-use financial curriculum tailored to meet Act 60 guidelines, providing an engaging, impactful financial education. Be a part of our commitment to helping every high school in Wisconsin fulfill this requirement. Learn how to partner with us at wisconsin.ja.org. Junior Achievement, inspiring, preparing, succeeding.
I think one of the things that patients don't realize is that when they get a joint replacement, that's not a lifetime treatment option. And they're probably, if they are a younger patient, signing up for multiple surgeries down the road.
As a physician and medical director for QC Kinetics, Dr. Caravelli's seen a pattern of trending joint pain. Prolonged medication, steroids, then surgery, possibly another surgery.
So a lot of our patients are trying to avoid or put off surgery, and this is the treatment that can help them do that.
QC Kinetics extracts your body's healing substances, concentrates them back into your aching joints to help heal and restore those areas, providing lasting relief.
Oh, I love being able to tell my patients, before we do this surgery, let's try another option. Let's see if this is right for you, because now they might not have to have surgery at all.
Call today for your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474.
Tired of looking at dusty, dirty, and cracked garage floors? Hi, this is ESPN Milwaukee's Jen Latta, and I'm here to tell you how you can get a fresh new look with Floor Shield by Showtime Floors. Using a state-of-the-art coating 4 times stronger than traditional epoxy, it's tough enough to be used in military bases and airports. Floor Shield is certified as an anti-slip floor. It's also eco-friendly, all while being UV stable, and my favorite part, easy to clean. Contact Showtime Floors today and mention ESPN for 10% off. ShowtimeFloors.com.
When you're at State Fair this year, be sure to check out the Bank 5-9 Amphitheater, State Fair's largest free entertainment venue, featuring acts like Here Come the Mummies, Gaelic Storm, and Pat McCurdy. Bank 5-9 is a proud sponsor of the fair and a proud supporter of the local Wisconsin communities they've served since 1859. So grab your bucket of lemonade or beer, something on a stick, and join Bank 5-9 between August 1st and 11. Member FDIC.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
Faith and Bigora, lads and lassies. Irish Fest is almost here. One of the great Milwaukee summer festivals. And we'd like to send you there. Compliments of Discount Liquor. Hi, this is Marie from Discount Liquor. Purchase any 1 18-pack of Miller Lite, Draft, or 64, or Coors Light, and receive 1 free ticket to Irish Fest. But don't delay. Tickets go quickly, and I know you don't want to miss all the great Irish food and beverages. Visit us today at 51st in Oklahoma and Milwaukee, and on Barstow and Main in downtown Waukesha. Discount Liquor, voted best liquor store in Milwaukee again. See us this week for your free Irish Fest ticket.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
Check out all of our weekly specials at discountliquorinc.com.
The next best round of golf for you will happen at the Wisconsin Country Club. Hey, it's ESPN Milwaukee's Gabe Knight, so do what I did. Become a member at the Wisconsin Country Club. There's no assessments, no food and beverage minimums, and a beautiful course that is fun and challenging. Tree-lined fairways, specially groomed greens, and a top 100 teaching pro. Plus, the Wisconsin Country Club has tennis and pickleball courts and a pool with themed Sunday fun days every week. Get started today and visit thewisconsincountryclub.com for membership information. The Wisconsin Country Club, just a fairway away.
Aside from a house or a car specifically, what is the most expensive thing you own? Winnie?
A car.
Name an animal with 3 letters in its name.
Alligator. Name something that's better than being rich.
4. Besides a bird, something in a bird cage.
Hamster.
Something that comes with a summer storm.
Snow.
Something Russia's famous for, Bob.
Russians.
The
something a burglar would not want to see when he breaks into a house. Rob.
Naked grandma!
Reason you might stay indoors on a beautiful day.
Because it's raining?
Name something you might buy that could turn out to be phony. Yeah, a horse. Name a time that most people get up.
In the morning.
A time most people go to bed.
At night.
This is the 7 at 11 on Sunday Karma with Craig Karmazin.
I'm looking at our YouTube. I haven't looked at X at the poll. Kyle, do you have an update on that? So we asked, what has your attention the most right now? And I was saying for me, it's the Brewers in the Olympics. Those combined to be 25%. The Packers are 75%. That's on YouTube.
A little bit more diversity on Twitter X. When we asked that same question, 50% say the Packers, 31% say the Brewers, and 18% say the Olympics.
All right, so the Olympics and Brewers combined for 50 of the X and combined for 25% of the YouTube.
We thought it was going to be the Pack.
I did, even though it's not for me. U.S. women up by 13 on Germany, looking to lock up the 1 seed as they go into the quarterfinals of the finishing group play at the Olympics. You can now be part of it at 94.5 ESPN. Is it 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee? Is that the exact YouTube?
And YouTube is ESPN Milwaukee, ESPN Milwaukee, and ESPN Madison.
No, it's not.
It is ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
I don't think it is. No.
I'm looking at it now.
I'm looking at it right now, and it's at 945 ESPN Milwaukee.
Wait, time out.
Is the actual YouTube.
Wait, the YouTube page?
Yes, is actually at 945 ESPN Milwaukee.
Okay.
It's the big title says ESPN Milwaukee, but if you're talking about the actual it's at 945 ESPN.
I don't even know what to add it. Oh, okay.
That's like how if you're actually like typing it in, if you're trying to get there, that's what it is. It's at 945 ESPN Milwaukee. But if you put it in a search, it'll generally get you there.
Oh, okay. Okay. I didn't even know you can search YouTube names like that. I was
What do you mean that you could type? All right, we won't even get into that.
I don't know.
Let's because clearly our listeners are most interested in the Olympics. We'll go there for the 7 at 11, and I expect you to be able to go 7 for 7 on this because I just want to know in the history of the Olympics, and I'm not talking silvers, I'm not talking bronzes. I have no interest in those. I'm here to talk about gold medals. What nation have won the most gold medals?
Ever?
Yep. And they don't even need to still be a nation anymore.
Well, Russia and Soviet Union are all together, correct?
Soviet Union would be Soviet Union. Russia would be Russia. They could both be on the list. Neither of them could be on the list.
So did you say outside of USA?
Nope, I didn't say outside anybody.
USA.
USA is number 1 on the list with 1,061 medals. Gold medals. China is number 4 with 263 gold medals.
Russia.
You sure you're saying Russia?
Oh, it's the Soviet Union? It should be combined. Russia is the Soviet Union.
I mean, I think either way, Soviet Union's number 2 on the list.
Okay. Germany.
If you added all of Russia's medals to it, they would still be there.
Okay. I think Germany, when it was West Germany and Germany, they used to be combined as well.
They used to be combined as well, right? So you're going to go just straight Germany.
I'm just going to go Germany. West Germany wasn't around long enough to win enough.
No, they had 17 Olympics.
West Germany had 17 Olympics?
No. Just Germany together had, like, East Germany.
East Germany, not West. I'm sorry.
Wait, so are you going Germany?
I'm going.
Or are you going East or West?
I'm going Germany. I am going Germany.
Germany's had 17 Olympics, and in those 17 Olympics, they have won 201 gold medals, which is good for number 7 on the list. Well done.
I'm going to go. Oh man, I don't see. This is where I run into issues here. I don't because of late the British haven't done anything.
So you have USA 1, you have Soviet Union 2, you have China 4, and then you have Germany 7.
And so you said Russia and the Soviet Union are separate?
They are, but
you
Russia wouldn't have made it.
Okay, sounds good. That's crazy to me. Let's go.
I mean, that's only been 6 Olympics for Russia.
Wow. What they weren't part of the Olympics before the World War II?
They were the Soviet Union.
Oh, okay. Wow. Okay.
What do you mean before World War II?
I thought they were Soviet. Oh, I guess after World War I, they were the Soviet
There were
Union.
9 Olympics that they were Soviet Union, 6 that they were Russia.
Oh, wow. Crazy. Let's go. I already said Germany. Let's go with, I don't know, maybe we'll say the British. Let's go with England.
Great Britain has been in 29 Olympics, one more than the USA, as the USA boycotted 1980 in Moscow. And they have 284 golds, good for number 3 on the list.
Okay, so
you got USA, Soviet Union, Great Britain, China. You got Germany, number 7. You're missing number 5 and number 6.
Oh, I didn't say France?
You did not say France.
Oh, France.
Remember, France did a lot better in this Olympics than in the past. In 29 Summer Olympics, we're just talking Summer Olympics,
they
have 223 golds, which is good for number 5 on the list. You are now 1 answer away from knocking out the 7 at 11. You have USA, Soviet Union, Great Britain, China, France, and Germany. Remember, you can use a mulligan, but a mulligan cannot be used to go 7 for 7. So even if you get it right, it would not be considered a perfect score. Kyle Wallace, this is for the win to win out on the 7 at 11.
Oh, I guess. This is tough. Let's go with Italy.
So, Kyle, there are a bunch of different continents that you could have been thinking about. You could have been thinking about Australia.
Oh, they probably did decent.
Yeah, you could have been thinking about Japan.
I thought about Japan, but I didn't think they were.
But in the end, when you had a chance to go 7 for 7, you go with Italy, who has also been in 28 Olympics like the U.S. And in those, they have won 217 gold medals, which is good for a 7 at 11 victory for Kyle Wallace. 7 for 7 in terms of the countries with the most historical gold medals in the history of the Summer Games. It is the U.S., the Soviet Union, even though you said Russia, Great Britain, China, France, Italy, and Germany, rounding out the top 7. Well done, Kyle.
I don't think that was an easy list. Was it an easy list?
You could. Hungary was number 8, which I wasn't seeing. If Hungary was in the top 8, it would have been hard.
Yeah, I wouldn't have said Hungary. I want to shout out to myself for knowing geography. And,
I think Australia and Japan were the 2 tough ones that weren't on the list.
Yeah, I thought about Japan, but I said I feel like Japan, I don't know if they're on the list. Australia, I just felt like maybe Italy. They've been around for a long time, So I just thought maybe that was it. So, is it my turn next week?
That means I'm off the hook and you're on the clock.
Have I already won more times than Chewy did?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Maybe I did want to play football.
I think once you won the second time, you've won more than Chewy has. Well done. Kyle Wallace knocks out the 7 at 11. We'll get back to some of your comments from YouTube. Because
you don't let YouTube comments get to you.
No, not getting to me.
Oh.
No, I like the YouTube comments. I'm just trying to understand where people's heads are. I mean, the Milwaukee Brewers are getting ignored. It's like I was in Chicago this week. The Chicago White Sox are getting talked about more than the Milwaukee Brewers right now.
Because there's more drama and more fun in being sucky than there is in being good.
We'll talk about that more as we continue. It's Sunday Karma, ESPN Wisconsin.
This is Sunday Karma with Craig Karmazin on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Frank Daniels, our Madison Goldsmith, has an idea.
Bring him in.
Hey, Rick. Hey, Sarah. Hi, Monica.
It's great to see you, Frank. What's your idea?
It's a new company policy.
Let's hear it.
You know the world-famous Kessler's warranty?
If you bought it at Kessler's, it's guaranteed. It's just that simple. Even if you lose a diamond, including the center stone, we'll replace it. All maintenance is free forever. Yes, it really is that miraculous.
Every time I hear that warranty, it blows my mind.
I propose we have a jewelry cleaning policy that's as amazing as that warranty.
What would it say?
Bring us your jewelry and we will professionally clean it. While you wait, for free. You can come in as often as you want, and we don't care where you bought your jewelry. The only thing that matters is that you want it to look amazing again. We want that too.
I vote yes.
I vote yes. I vote yes. The motion carries.
Congratulations, Frank. Your idea is now company policy.
For the location of the Kesslers nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
Jen Latta here from Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. I have told you about the delicious pizza you can find at Proof Pizza inside St. Kate. Now there's even more to be excited about with new sandwiches on the menu. Available every day from 11 to 4, you can enjoy options like the turkey pesto, the meatball hero, the Italian hoagie, and more. Skip the same old lunch at your desk and grab a delicious sandwich from Proof instead. Order inside the restaurant or directly from the bar at St. Kate. Explore the new sandwiches and the rest of the menu at proofpizzamke.com.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Toscher here telling you about Prize Picks, America's #1 daily fantasy sports app with over 5 million active members. Prize Picks is the easiest and most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. On Prize Picks, it's just you against the numbers. Pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections and watch the winnings roll in. Get in on the daily action with your friends and become part of the Prize Picks community today. You can win up to 100 times your money on Prize Picks with as little as 4 correct picks. Turn $10 into $1,000. If you're looking for promotions, Prize Picks has got you covered every week. From lowering select player stat projections on Tuesdays to help your lineup hit, or getting your entry fees back if you have a losing lineup on Fridays. Even with the new Hoops champion crowned, the Hoops action doesn't stop on Prize Picks. Women's basketball is heating up. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use code WI for a first deposit match up to $100. That's code WI. Pick more, pick less. It's that easy.
For general contest rules, visit ESPNWisconsinContest.com.
You've probably heard about employee stock ownership plans before, but what separates Fifth Third Bank from others when it comes to these plans? A succession plan that benefits business owners and employees. Full and partial sales, second stage transactions, repurchase obligation financing, and seller note refinancing, ESOPs can offer tax advantages, increased liquidity, employee incentives, and overall diversification of net worth to help your company plan for the future. Fifth Third Bank, National Association. Custom solutions built around your goals. Member FDIC.
When severe weather hits and the power goes out, do you have a plan? For reliable power and peace of mind, Propane can do that. It only takes about 10 seconds for a propane-powered generator to restore power to your home. So no matter what Mother Nature has in store, you know you're prepared. Learn more at WIPGA.org. This message is sponsored by your local propane provider and the Wisconsin Propane Education and Research Council.
Don't you wish your life came with a warning app?
That dog does not want to be petted.
Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
Yeah, birds in the truck, they gon' stink. Mara, serving the act out of big bottle. Don't tell me shut up, you are not.
You're listening to Sunday Karma with Craig Karmazin on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Kyle, congratulations. A huge accomplishment for you as you have won the 7 at 11. That means I am on the clock. Waxman on YouTube. Hope he's still here. Asks, explain how Good Karma acquires the Bears' rights but lets the Packers contract get away. Good question. So the thing about the Packers is the Packers only had the Milwaukee affiliation available. And the way we believe as a company is that media has changed so much so that right now people are watching us on YouTube. They might be watching us even on X, right? Is our live stream going out on X?
Not on X.
Oh, we're not doing video here?
No,
most of our markets are. Okay, most of our markets are on X. A lot of our markets are on Twitch. A lot of things are podcast. a lot of things people listen on radio, whether it's AM or FM. There's so many different ways people consume stuff. And when you come to the play-by-play, it's even on like Sirius XM and all sorts of stuff like that. So we as a company believe that if we're selling advertising to someone, that the advertiser's message should come through wherever you're listening. So when we have the opportunity to do a rights deal with a team, we're looking to be that flagship rights holder. And what the Green Bay Packers were looking for was for them to be the flagship rights holder, and they were only looking for an affiliate. And so that, you couldn't have your advertiser's message integrated into the actual game itself, which is what we look to do for our advertising partners, because that's what we see as most successful.
Like First Pitch is brought to you by Carbless.
Right, exactly. So when you're listening to Brewers, you hear the advertisers, and those are our partners in the Bucks and the Brewers who are integrated into the messaging. We don't think, when we're working with local businesses, we don't think it's as valuable for them to do it that other way. Same thing, you're going to hear Badger Volleyball, right? We're going to be the new home of Badger Volleyball.
That's coming up very soon.
That was a situation where we had the rights to be able to, as part of our agreement, to have, no matter how you're, listening to that broadcast, to make sure our advertiser was a part of it. So it wasn't Packers or Bears. The Bears, as the LA Rams are, they were willing to do that kind of deal, whereas the Green Bay Packers weren't. So it has nothing to do with Packers over the Bears, or Bears over the Packers, obviously being based here in Wisconsin, for over 2 decades, and WTMJ being associated with the Green Bay Packers for over 90 years. Would have loved to have continued to do that, but it just wasn't the kind of partnership that the team was looking for, which obviously is understandable. So that's all you need to do. Just drop the questions in on YouTube and you get them answered. And we've been looking at this YouTube poll. 71% are Packers, 24% Brewers, the Olympics 6%. What has your attention the most right now? You could jump on our YouTube at 945 ESPN Milwaukee, or on the YouTube at ESPN Madison. You can jump on X, or you can call us 800-990-ESPN. It's 800-990-3776. Another question I got was, when are you paying off your Cover 5 bet from last year?
Where'd you get that one at?
That came in on my text.
Oh, yeah, I'm glad. That's a great question, Craig.
It is.
I put some, I did some producer work this week.
Yeah, finally, I guess marketing and everyone's actually working on this?
Yeah, I put in some producer work, and so right now, I think we are waiting to hear back on when you are free, because I said I want to get this done before the Packers kick off in Brazil. I'm hoping that we get this done now, Craig.
Yeah, I hope we can too. I have no announcement. I don't want to put anyone out. I know Alex Strofe from KBN is committed to being part of this, because he actually had a worse score than me in Cover 5 this year.
He's our producer Alex Strofe from KBN, and also from Mr. Irrelevant, that you can see streaming on YouTube, ESPN Madison, or 94.5 Milwaukee, ESPN Milwaukee, as Craig said, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. He will be right there with you. We're going to be streaming you as well, Craig.
And what I'd asked KBN to do, and Jen gave and Chewy to back up weeks ago, I assume you did nothing on, right?
We haven't come up with a menu yet, item thing. We're going to get it figured out.
Okay. If you don't want to do the menu, don't do the menu. If you're too busy,
it's coming.
No, if you're too busy, then I'll just do the hour for the waffle, the hour for the pancake, and that's it.
Craig, I just want you to know, I was so proud this week, because I said, you know what? I got to make sure I get this organized. Because, sometimes I get in these modes like, what the heck? What's going on here? And so I got in the mode, and so I sent out a nice email saying, hey, this is what I want to do. I want to do this.
By the way, I love how you're proud. Like, the season ended in January, and you're proud that you got the email out in July as a producer of the show.
I'm proud. This is email number 2. I'm proud. I said, you know what? I said, this is ridiculous. The season's about to start. We need to make this happen. I said, y'all ain't going to have Craig coming at me. I said, well, let's get this. You got to do this. You got to do this. Let's make it happen. And so I cannot wait until this happens, because now me and KBN, me, myself, Brad Nortman, and Ben Bruss, we talked about we gotta figure out what we're gonna do with this menu. And I'm more excited because if this works out, I want a 24-hour cam on you. I want people to be able to stream and watch you live right there and have people pop in and talk to you, make fun of you. I want everybody to see you nonstop as you struggle through trying to eat pancakes, waffles, or whatever you got to do to lose time. French toast.
Because we said I'm not going to be there 24 hours, assuming I eat. It starts at 24 hours. We've said waffles and pancakes subtract an hour. But then I'm open to.
Yeah, we go confirm.
No. Waffles and pancakes were the hour, but then you could mess with anything else on the menu if you're trying to get me to eat other stuff. If you're trying to incentivize other things on the menu. So that I'm totally open to, whatever menu you guys come up with. So that is some of the answers and some of the things that we are seeing on YouTube, on X, and all the places. Oh wait, and by the way, I've not loaded the text just in case. Talking text line, you can hit us up 800-990-3776. That's 800-990 ESPN.
Now, in response to what you were saying about this poll that you have, and you can go to ESPN Milwaukee on Twitter X about, which team has most of your attention this month. And I just find it interesting that you would believe baseball, and I love baseball. I enjoy baseball. But why would you believe baseball in August has more attention than football in Wisconsin in August? Football is back.
Because football is going to dominate September. I said it. You got Badgers, Bama. You got the start of Packers. I could accept if the Brewers get a little lost in September once the games start. But the fact that Jordan Love's contract's locked up, there's nothing else to even see here in August that's of the scope. And I get it. It's going to be fun to watch preseason football, all that. But how is that more meaningful than regular season games that matter as the Brewers are trying to win this division?
We're talking about intrigue, and this is where you're wrong at. September is so exciting because I promise you, because the Brewers are aiming to win the NL Central. When it comes down to it, a lot of eyes for the Brewers are going to be on the Brewers Monday through Saturday, right? They're always going to be that.
I'm saying, but there's no way in this state.
Wait a minute.
No matter what you say, if CC Sabathia is not walking in this room,
well, that's what I'm saying. On that end of the year Sunday, remember when CC Sabathia went out there? That was on a Sunday, Craig.
Yeah.
And I don't know who the Packers were playing that Sunday because I was glued to wanting to see CC finish out that game.
I'm sure they were playing Monday Night Football, or everyone would have ignored them.
Remember when the Brewers they won game 162 and they had to play a game 163? Guess what?
Absolutely.
A lot of people were watching game 162 or 163.
I get it.
That is the
but you know what? There's a lot of
love.
games at American Family Field that have 17,000 people there in September once school's back and once football's back. So what I'm saying is if we can accept that in Wisconsin, September is about football being back, can we at least focus on this Milwaukee Brewers team for the next 4 weeks? That's all I'm trying to say. I am amazed that it's 22% now Brewers, 72% now Packers on on YouTube.
You're lucky, as Sadler and Madison said, had we put the Badgers in, there's a lot of intrigue with the Wisconsin Badgers as well, and their practice opened up. You're trying to figure out who's going to be the quarterback, who are all these new names, who's going to be in the backfield, the receivers, can the defense improve and get better? There's a lot of storylines there. That would have took some away. That would have took some juice away from the Brewers as well.
I just voted for the Brewers on X. Brewers up to 33%, Packers 48%, Olympics 19%. In terms of who has your focus. So
I mean, and let's be honest. You have watched more Olympics than you have the Milwaukee Brewers in the last week.
Yes.
So what are you saying? Well, that's August. You've been watching more Olympics than you had the Milwaukee Brewers. You trying to convince people to be all engaged in the Milwaukee Brewers.
Well, you didn't ask what I listened to more. I listened to more Brewers games.
Okay, because that's right here on right on our sister station, 620 WTMJ.
So yep, which you can hear everywhere. And the Olympics are going 24 hours a day. The Brewers are going 3 hours a day. So, of course, you're going to end up consuming more Olympics with everything that's going on. But that doesn't mean that the Brewers don't have my interest heavily
I'm
right
just
now.
Saying, I think there's more intrigue about what Team USA is going to do in different sports and how, Simone Biles, I guarantee you were probably more for sure wanted to see what Simone Biles did during the week in the middle of the day this week.
I am the rare person that is just obsessed with USA basketball. I'm wearing a USA basketball shirt right now.
That KD?
Nope.
Carmelo?
Nope.
Number 7. Who's number 7?
You've fallen into this trap before. Your biases, Kyle.
Oh, LeBron James is in number 7?
Your biases, Kyle.
Who is number 7? I can't see the back here. I have no idea.
Okay, wait.
Number 7 on Team
Don't
USA
look.
is.
Don't look. Turn away. I'll show people on YouTube. Okay. Now, people on YouTube saw it, but you haven't seen it.
I have not seen it.
Okay. You get five.
Oh, Jason Tatum.
5 questions to get it right. You could ask yes, no questions.
Are they a guard?
Yes.
Are they a NBA champion in the last 3 years?
No. And I mean, they could play guard, but it's probably not their primary position.
Are they
not? So I'm going to say no on guard, and I'm going to say no on NBA champion in the last 3 years.
Are they on Team USA roster right now?
No. You have 2 more questions.
You said I'm biased. Do they play in the Eastern Conference?
No.
A Western Conference person, and he said they can play guard, but they don't play guard, and they're not, and they're in the Western Conference now. Number 7. This is tough. Not Paul George because he got hurt. Are they over 30?
Yes.
All right, that's all the questions that I have, huh?
Yep. Ready for your answer.
Steph Curry?
They are 35 years old, and the correct answer is Maya Moore.
Oh, gosh.
Maya Moore.
The WNBA.
I told you were biased. I gave you the clue, and you couldn't bring it home.
LeBron James.
It is Palermo's Picks coming up next. Sunday Karma, ESPN Wisconsin.
This is Sunday Karma with Craig Karmazin on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. The hold-in is over.
Really excited for Jordan Love, his family. You know, he's been through a lot here. He's worked his tail off, and he certainly earned this.
Jordan Love's got his deal, and now we're all ready for liftoff.
Love zips it in there. It's caught for the touchdown. Love throw. Enzo Watson. Oh, did he? Love looking to throw a save far side. It is caught.
Green and Gold Talk right here. 94.5 ESPN and at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Explosive red, white, and blue savings are going on now. Exclusively at the Kunis Auto Group's Freedom to Save sales event. From the Patriot Pros at your nearby Milwaukee Metro Region Kunis Auto Group dealership. America's best-selling cars, trucks, and SUVs from both Buick and GMC. All marked down with July Freedom to Save discounts and savings. We're also offering incredible Freedom to Save discounts on our entire inventory of select pre-owned vehicles. Choose from over 1,500 vehicles online and online. Check out dozens of July Freedom to Save service specials on everything from brakes, tires to oil changes. Plus in July, with any newer pre-owned test drive, you'll get a free windshield auto shade to protect your car's interior from summer heat. All at your nearby Milwaukee Metro Region Kunis Auto Group dealerships in both Oak Creek and Greenfield. It's the Kunis Auto Group's exclusive July Freedom to Save sales event going on now. For additional event info, go to shopkunis.com.
The biggest names in the basketball world.
Dame Dollar Lillard.
Having fun and honest conversations.
He puts it in the shoe, right? And sets the tone for brothers and sisters and family.
Every week, Thanasis Adetokounmpo sits down with special guests on Thanalysis Show. Presented by Carbless ready-to-drink cocktails.
Fantastic.
Find Thanalysis Show on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you get your podcasts. And on YouTube by searching Thanalysis Show.
I'm Ben Jewick with Coakley Brothers and Brothers Interiors. The crew is winning ball games here in Milwaukee and around the country. Our team stands ready to help your organization win across North America. Powered by Coakley Connect, our revolutionary facilities management platform, the Coakley crew supports clients across the country manage their real estate portfolio, offering facility-focused products and services, interior design, construction, new furniture, installation, and move management. We'll help you create and manage interior environments that drive your teams forward. Visit CoakleyBrothers.com and hit a home run.
When you're at State Fair this year, be sure to check out the Bank 59 Amphitheater, State Fair's largest free entertainment venue, featuring acts like Here Come the Mummies, Gaelic Storm, and Pat McCurdy. Bank 59 is a proud sponsor of the fair and a proud supporter of the local Wisconsin communities they've served since 1859. So grab your bucket of lemonade or beer, something on a stick, and join Bank 59 between August 1st and 11th. Member FDIC.
Finally, warmer weather, green grass, birds chirping. Don't spend your weekend surrounded by all that junk. Get your free, no obligation, same day estimate from Two Men and a Junk Truck. You'll restore your sanity and reclaim your space when Two Men and a Junk Truck pulls in your driveway. Visit twomenandajuncktruck.com for your free, no obligation estimate today.
Keep what you love, ditch what you don't.
Fisco is always there for your auto body care. When accidents happen, Fisco Auto Body on Forest Home in Franklin is there when you need them. Got a broken mirror? They'll take care of it. Dented bumper? Scratch paint? Fisco Auto Body will take care of it. If there's any damage you need fixed, Fisco has you covered. Their expert workmanship is guaranteed for the life of your vehicle. So stop in for all of your auto bumps and dings. Once again, you know the line. That's Fisco.
It's that time.
Yes, it's finally here.
Craig makes his picks of the week.
You can bet the house on it.
Picks of the week on Sunday Karma with Craig Karmazin. Presented by Palermo's Pizza, Wisconsin's hometown pizza.
Can't wait to see what happens next.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
The grilling was going on yesterday, and people just get it at my house. If we're grilling, the pizza oven's also going. Yesterday was a little Bessie's Revenge, Screaming Sicilian for Palermo's, because we know the freezer's always full of Palermo's pizzas, different brands, because it's whatever it is for the right moment, right? There could be that urban pie spot. There could be that Palermo's thin crust spot. There could be that Connie's, you want the Chicago-style pizza, or the Screaming Sicilian, whatever it is. You're supporting Wisconsin. It's Wisconsin's hometown pizza. Make sure when you're going to the grocery store, you do what I do. You support Wisconsin's hometown pizza, Palermo's Pizza. So, Kyle, I want to hear that song. Do we have it? Because I'm wondering where this movie fits in your life. Oh, yeah. People know what this song means, right?
I don't think everybody does, no.
No?
You gotta understand, we had a generation of millennials, generation of Gen Z. It's a jam.
Have you heard this before?
Oh, yeah, I heard it. If you would have played the song and said, where's it from? I would say, I don't know, but I heard it before.
Okay, wait, I gotta ask. All right, someone jump in right now. What's this song mean to you? What, when you hear this, what's this from? 800-990-ESPN. It's 800-990-3776.
They need a remix to this. You can do a trap song to this.
Oh, I wonder if they did.
I have to find. I know it makes you want to dance, right?
I'll get up.
Yeah, I like this. I mean, this part you got to kind of eliminate.
This part of the jam?
Yeah, but
or that part of my dancing?
That too. Cause your bouncing around is now making me bounce off beat too.
Oh, I was off beat? I thought I was on beat.
Yeah,
no?
I think you should watch yourself on YouTube.
I think that might be the delay in the music and stuff.
Okay.
I'm definitely was on beat. I have no doubt about that. See, let's we gotta talk to people because I mean that song has a special place in many of our hearts and minds. I want to talk to people. Kevin, you're on Sunday Karma. What's going on, Kevin?
That's Axel Foley all day long.
It is right now. Beverly Hills Cop, one of the great movies of my childhood. Now, Kevin, do you know there's a new one?
Yes, and I have seen it.
And what did you think?
Life-altering.
It was so good. Kyle, on Netflix, a new Beverly Hills Cop. And the thing is, Kevin, it blew me away. Wait, we're making this a group chat. Hold on. Peter.
Oh, look at you.
Peter, you there? Hey.
Yes.
Have you seen the new Beverly Hills Cop?
Yes, I've seen the new one too, and you're overselling it a little bit. What I'd say is the music is basically a rerun of the first one, which is this music, Axel F, fantastic 80s childhood. The music in the new one is basically the same, and it's fantastic. Story was maybe a B+.
Oh, see, Kevin, I'm with you. Like, to be able to remake a movie, like do a new one 40 years later, and we're talking like 40 years later, have all the main characters back and have a plot that like felt like the old one but was still new and current. Kevin, I was impressed.
Oh, I completely agree. You bring Billy and Taggart back, it is a done deal.
I know, Peter. I mean, how can you be so critical? Even Bronson Pinchot comes back in his role. I mean, Peter,
anytime you're bringing Kevin Bacon in to be the antagonist, come on, that's a little too far. It is. Get me back to Footloose. The music, again, A+, and it's the reason I watched the whole movie, and it was awesome. That's
okay.
That soundtrack from the 80s.
All right, at least Peter's agreeing it's awesome. Kevin, I'm more with you. And Peter, real quick though, how about Eddie Murphy? How he looked? I mean, he looked like Axel Foley.
Eddie Murphy didn't. I mean, it looked like he aged 10 years, not the 20 or 30 that it was in between shoots. He was really good. Again, I'm not saying it was a bad movie. I'm just saying don't oversell a little bit too much here. But I'll say it was just. It just takes you right back, similar to Top Gun. Like Top Gun had all the good music and it had a better plot maybe than the original one.
Yes.
This one, it didn't.
I'll agree. Top Gun took it to another level, and Tom Cruise somehow still looked young enough. Jeremy joins the group chat. Jeremy, what do you think of Axel F?
Yeah, I thought was that from Beverly Hills Cop, Axel Foley? That's what it reminded me of.
Yeah. It is unbelievable that they pulled this movie off 40 years later. It is my Palermo's pick. I get it. Everyone's watching Olympics. We talked about the Brewers. We talked about the Packers. But let's all embrace either the music, like Peter, or the rest of Axel F. Thanks, everybody, for the call.
So,
Kyle,
Eddie Murphy's the king of bringing back old movies.
You don't even need to, Kyle. Normally, I'd say, you got to watch the first one. You got to watch the second. Don't even mess with it. This one's so good. Just dive in, watch Axel F on Netflix, and then if it interests you enough, go back and watch the others, because then you'll have a different appreciation for the characters in it. But it's so good.
I know. I remember this being a movie that everybody loved. That's why Eddie Murphy's one of the GOATs out there.
When I was a kid,
coming to America,
it was like the GOATs were like, it was like Eddie Murphy, Michael Jackson, Magic Johnson, and Larry Bird were fighting it out before this upstart Michael Jordan was coming to town. That was like when I was like 9. Like that's what I'm talking about. All right, big thanks to everybody for jumping in today. For Jason Wilde, who joined us, for everyone who watched us, listened to us across all the platforms. It was great to be back with you, and always appreciate you being part of Sunday Karma. We have more Kyle Wallace dancing on YouTube all day long. Stay healthy, stay together, survive today, thrive tomorrow. Don't settle. Kyle, please send us out. Peace.
This is ESPN Wisconsin and ESPNWisconsin.com.
Everybody knows if it's summer season, it's festival season. And Potawatomi has the winningest one, WinFest. You could make it an awesome August with a share of $500,000. Play with your rewards card for entries. Hourly drawings every Thursday from 5 to 8 p.m. $25,000 in cash and prizes each drawing. It's the $500,000 WinFest.